Joining us now to talk about this, attorney Anahita Sedaghatfar. She's of counsel with the Cochran firm.
Hello.
Do they see any of this money?
That's the question of the year, right? The issue is they got this $36 million judgment, but they have to be able to collect it. And I highly doubt Nick Gordon has $36 million. Now, certainly the estate can attach the judgment to any earnings, any bank accounts, any assets, but I doubt they're going to see hardly anything out of this.
On what grounds did they win? A win for her father, Bobby Brown.
Okay, so that's interesting. This was a default judgment. What that means is that they won automatically simply because Nick Gordon never showed up to court. He never responded to the lawsuit. So technically they won by default. It's like an automatic win, but that's still a victory for the family because now they can say, look, Nick Gordon is legally proven to be responsible for Bobbi Christina's death, and I think that's vindicating.
But haven't we seen civil cases before that have ruled in favor of, let's say, the family, the victim's family? O.J. Simpson, I don't know if that was another civil case, where they tried to recoup some of the funds and really no penny really went to the victim's families.
And that's likely what's going to happen here because, yes, now they have this $36 million judgment, but what is a judgment worth if that person that you have the judgment against has no assets? I predict what they're going to do is they're going to try to attach it to possibly any bank accounts, and if he gets any work, any future income, they can collect it, but it's never going to total millions of dollars.
Okay. So if you're Nick Gordon's defense attorney, or attorney in general, why do you not show? And where does he stand with all this?
That is such a great question, and I guarantee you the reason why he didn't show is A, he doesn't have the money to hire an attorney to defend him in this lawsuit, and he has no money in the event a default judgment is obtained against him. So in a way,
but
it
if he ever
didn't matter.
works and he gets money?
Yes, then they can attach that to his income, but again, it's never going to be his entire income. Only a certain percentage can be collected when there's a judgment against you. And again, I mean, I don't think in his lifetime he'll have enough money to pay off the $36 million.
All right, we're going to ask you the latest with the Brendan Dassey situation. The Netflix documentary series, Making a Murder, as you know, it generated national attention with the case of murdered photographer and the two men who may have been wrongfully convicted of killing her. One of those men is 27-year-old Brendan Dassey, the mentally challenged nephew of the other convicted man. Dassey's confession, later recanted, came after 4 interrogations, 3 of them without legal representation. This week, a judge in the case ordered Dassey released from prison, saying the confession was coerced.
Well, today brought a major twist. The U.S. Court of Appeals blocked that release, saying Dassey must remain in prison pending the resolution of his appeal. The U.S. Court of Appeals blocked that release, so the question is, he's supposed to get out this week.
That's right. This is so disturbing to me. This ruling is so disturbing. I thought finally justice was served when his conviction was overturned. But in my view, I think the DA has egg on his face. And basically, this was a very high-profile case. He lost it. The conviction was overturned. The world saw the illegal and unethical tactics that were used. Absolutely, in the documentary, the tactics they used to get this conviction. And now I think their strategy is really, let's do anything we can to delay, and keep him in custody as long as we can.
But how much time do they really have? You say keeping him as long as we can, but if the conviction was overturned, they just can't keep him in prison there in perpetuity.
That's right. So what happened was his conviction was overturned. The DA's office is appealing that conviction. And the lower court judge said, that's fine, appeal the conviction, but we're letting him out pending the appeal process. So the prosecution was not happy with that. They filed this emergency motion saying, no, we need to keep him in custody pending the appeal process. And the judge agreed. So he remains in custody pending the prosecution's appeal.
All right, so back to Bobby's question, though. So when does this come to an end?
I mean, how long do they have to make this appeal?
That's a great question. Well, they have a limited amount of time to file a paper saying they're going to appeal, which is what they did. And then they have to now file their appellate papers. I would think it would be soon. They have all the information. They've gone through this trial before, but there's the Christmas holidays coming up, Thanksgiving holidays coming up, and I guarantee you one of their tactics will be delay.
Wow.
And you feel Dassey is innocent?
I feel he was wrongfully convicted, absolutely. I think the justice system failed this boy. Well, he's a man now. He was a 16-year-old boy at the time of the conviction. I think it failed him at every single juncture, and I was so relieved to hear that the conviction was overturned, and now we're faced with
Especially with that confession.
That's right.
That was
the most coerced confessions, I have said this on the record, I've seen in my entire career.
All right.
Thank you.
Anahita, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Good to see you guys. Thank you.
Coming up, how